everyone. I'm Mayor Victoria Garrity. I am delighted to be hosting this first virtual village interview with one of our fantastic local businesses. I am joined today by Elmer from Brothers Fish and Chips. Elmer, could you tell us a little bit about your business and tell everybody your full name and the business that you are the owner of, right?
Yes. So thank you for having me. My name is Elmer Oliveros, and I'm the chef and owner of Brothers Fish and Chips. We are a small restaurant in Ossining, and we specialize in doing fish and chips, of course, and other seafood dishes. And we work with a lot of farms and a lot of local distributors.
And can you tell everybody, where are you located for people who want to come? Do you have any outdoor seating right now at your location? I know you're located on North Highland Avenue in Ossining, but do you have any seating if people wanted to sit down, or is it mostly takeout for you right now?
Well, so we are at 172 North Highland Avenue in Ossining. We have a couple tables outside. We have a very small patio, but mostly we're doing takeout right now since we're keeping the restaurant closed. The restaurant side. I forgot to mention that we have a takeout side and a restaurant side, and I cook 2 different menus.
Oh, so tell us a little bit. You said you cook 2 different menus because your name is Brothers Fish and Chips, but so often if people see you on social media and see the beautiful plates of food that you create, that doesn't look like fish and chips to us. So tell us about the 2 different sides of your business.
So I started with the takeout, cooking fish and chips in 2011, and then a few years into it, I always liked cooking, and I was creating a lot of dishes that didn't really fit the takeout concept, and I was having a hard time explaining it to people, and I realized that I needed the customers' full attention so they could understand my food. So I decided to do a little restaurant right next to our takeout location, and that's what I did. We built a very small restaurant with 30 seats, where the idea was to create a seasonal menu and get very local fish and vegetables and cook with the seasons. But I didn't want to put another name into it and confuse the public a lot more. So we just named it the Brothers Fish and Chip Restaurant. So, but the idea was to cook another menu, and that's what we do. It just takes time for us to explain. Like if you are new, it is hard to mind that we also do a tasting menu and wine tastings and all other things that you don't expect from the fish and chips shop.
I see that you're in your kitchen right now. Do you have something that you're going to prepare today that you can show us?
Yes, I was thinking I got some fresh garlic from here from New York, and gonna do shrimp al ají for you guys. It's a very easy dish. It takes 2 minutes, and it's one of my favorites.
Oh, good. My children love shrimp, so maybe I'll have a new dish for them after tonight.
Yeah, you definitely will.
Go ahead. Why don't you just go ahead and get done and teach us something, and then we can chat while things are cooking or when you're plating it up. We can chat some more.
Okay. So this is the whole garlic head, and you can peel. You can take the things out. I'm gonna use about 4 of them. I'm gonna cut it. It's a little trick I use. I don't peel the garlic. I just cut it, and then after that, everything falls off. And as you can see, I'm not wearing gloves, but this is for me. I'm not giving it to anybody, just in case.
Thank you for pointing that out before someone else did.
Yeah, I don't want to see the comment. Oh, he's not wearing gloves.
This is just the television
So
version of cooking.
yes, this is my breakfast.
Breakfast, garlic shrimp for breakfast. All right.
Yeah. So this is garlic is probably one of my favorite topics with anybody because we don't really appreciate it, and most of the time we buy second quality garlic from anywhere else but here. So that's something I really encourage people to get the garlic from the farmers market or any local farm because I I, I witness a lot of um, good cooks and good people. They just don't know the difference. And they missing out on taste, aroma, and everything. So this is a fresh peeled garlic, and this is the best of it. So I'm gonna use one of my favorite pans, and so I'm gonna do olive oil. That's another very important thing. Good quality oil, and we're gonna preheat that. So we're gonna need, of course, the shrimp and a little wine. I'm gonna use this wine, this a mix of Pinot Grigio and Albarino that I love to cook with, an Italian and Portuguese one. So I added the garlic, and that's where the magic begins. Then I added some shrimp with head and shells just for
Mhm.
extra flavor. This is just a trick you can do. You don't have to serve the shrimp with head. You just keep it for you if you want. But so this is the shrimp cooking, and then we're gonna flip them after 30 seconds. Like I said, this is a dish that cooks very fast. It takes no time. It's probably the easiest thing to do after they halfway done. Once you're there and you see the garlic caramelizing like that, you can see how brown it's getting. So you can see it there. So pretty much all the flavors have come out by then. So we're gonna pull it off the heat a little bit. And we're gonna, so I took the shrimp off the stove and I'm gonna add some wine.
Nice.
I'm going to let the wine reduce for a little bit. The shrimp at this point, they are pretty much already cooked. So I'm gonna pull them out, and right now I'm just going to work on my sauce.
So your sauce so far, as I recall, is that olive oil and then garlic and white wine, right?
Yeah, yes. This is
Okay.
just olive oil, fresh local garlic,
Mhm.
and wine. So right now I'm just gonna finish it with a little bit of parsley. Another thing is to chop the parsley right when you're gonna use it. If not, it just don't make sense. If you're gonna pre-chop it and then use it 2 hours later, you won't get any of the taste, any of the nuttiness, any of the crispiness of the fresh egg.
So, yeah, I've heard you mention more than once all of the important things that you need to do to have the freshest flavor, the freshest ingredients, and that starts with buying the right ingredients and then how and when you prepare them, right?
Yeah, yeah. So I'm gonna add the parsley into my sauce right now.
So while you're finishing that up, I'm just wondering, I haven't been into your business in months now. I've done a little takeout, but I haven't been into your business in a long time. How has Brothers Fish and Chips, how's your business changed during the pandemic?
But a lot has changed. I think in the last 3 months or so. But since I always did takeout, and I just keep going from somehow casual, I don't know what to call it, casual dining to takeout and dinners. I just went back to takeout, which was my original thing to begin with. So it was like going back in time, plus the all the all the craziness and people being afraid to eat and all that. That was the scary part, not knowing what to do. I think. But I think we notice how lucky we are to be on this community and the support it from our customers, especially the locals were um, very impressive. We have a lot of outside customers, and during this time they pretty much stopped coming. So we were left to the locals, and I think we are happy to say that the locals showed up, and they've been very supportive and been getting food, and we got a chance to be a part of the community. And I think I like to always talk about the good stuff. I don't like to be negative. I don't like to talk about the bad things in the business or the industry. So I'll get like the best out of all this pandemic, and I will say that we had a chance to become more familiar with the community and became a little closer to them. And that was a great feeling.
Right, because
Yeah.
not only did the customers come out and support you with a lot of takeout orders and delivery over the last few months, but you've also really stepped up and helped the community. You've been making meals for healthcare workers and for families in the community that have really been in need, haven't you? Not that I don't mean, I know that that's not something you like to brag about yourself, but I want people to know how much you've contributed to Ossining and to the people who need it most.
Yeah, that was, it was an spontaneous thing to do. I found myself on the second week with the business declining and having a lot of food, and I love to cook. And then I started reading on the locals, Hispanic groups, especially of people that have lost their jobs. And especially with the restaurant industry being like the most affected at the beginning by all this. So I decided that I was going to cook for the people that need it, and that's what we have been doing. And a lot of people have joined, and I started alone, and I see a lot of people also following the movement, and it was amazing because I started like the second week, and then I saw everybody doing it, and it felt great that we for once did something without thinking of money, without thinking on a business part of it. We just wanted to be part of the community and help out. And I think that's gonna get us through all this, together, like we always say. But this time, I feel like we are literally together for once.
I'm so glad that that's been your impression of this very difficult time, that it has been in some ways a very unifying experience. And that is a beautiful plate of shrimp and toast that you have there. Oh, and I see you're still adding more beautiful things to it. Do you, oh, when you make a meal for yourself, do you always go to this extent where you make it beautiful for yourself, not just for customers?
Whenever I can, I would love to do it every time, but sometimes I have to be honest. Sometimes my dish doesn't look this good. But
So what is that you're putting on there right now? Is that radish?
yeah, so I'm doing different type of radishes from a local farm, local baby beets, and cilantro macho flower, which is one of my favorite things on earth. They're beautiful. And that's it. That's my
Beautiful.
shrimp a la heat.
What is it called? Shrimp al lahit?
Yeah, shrimp a la heat. Garlic
Beautiful.
shrimp.
And that's what you have for breakfast? Shrimp and garlic and that beautiful plate. That's fantastic.
Yes.
Where did you learn to cook, Elmer?
I don't know. I like to think I was, born into this. I mean, my first memory to cooking goes back to being with my mom at her kitchen and helping her out make tortillas. And since we are three boys, I always remember starting the fire at that time. When I was little, we didn't have gas or anything. It was just wood oven stoves. And I remember food being this holy moment from the moment she started preparing the masa for tortillas to whatever we were gonna accompany the dinner with, and I fell in love with it. And then so without intention, I always end up in someone's restaurant, even when I was very little. I remember moving to a bigger city for a while, and I remember being in a restaurant. Then I moved to another school, and my aunt had a restaurant in a small town. And I remember going after, everybody will go to different things after school, and I will go to my aunt's restaurant and help her out. And I think it started somewhere there, always eating, and the fact that I love food, I'm always eating, and so I guess it was like my excuse for them to feed me. Being there, I get the first taste, I get to see the whole process, and somehow it started there. And next thing I knew, when I was like 15 or 16 years old, I knew I was going to cook.
And it wasn't much later that you bought this restaurant. You and your brother bought Brothers Fish and Chips when you were very young. How young were you?
I think I was 20. My brother was 17.
Wow.
Yeah, we were crazy. We didn't know how. But like I said, we love food. I mean, I don't like the business. I'm not a fan of it. But for me to cook whatever I wanted to, I needed my own place because I love food and I love to cook, and I will cook for any chef, any dish. But I get bored after a month, so I need the liberty of making anything I want. Like, I like to think I cook with emotions, with feelings. So if I'm not feeling a dish, maybe just me, I just won't serve it. And so I won't have that if I don't own my own place. So I always dream of having my own restaurant and cooking whatever I wanted to. And somehow we made it happen.
That's such an interesting perspective, because so many people, dream of having their own restaurant, but you just dream of being able to have your own creative ability to create whatever you want, whatever menu you want, whatever dish you want. And the only way that you can do that is to have control of the whole business. And so owning the business is just a necessary function to be able to fulfill what you really want to do.
Yeah, I mean, having the business, doing all the paperwork is just the dirty job, so I can play in the kitchen. It's worth it. It's worth it.
And Elmer, when you were talking about when you were young and you were in the kitchen with your mother and your aunt owned the restaurant, what country did you grow up in?
Guatemala.
In Guatemala. Okay, and when did you
Yeah.
come here to the United States, and did you come right to Ossining?
Yes. So I came to Ossining in 2006. My,
Okay.
my my father was here at the time, and he lived in Jail Avenue, and most of my family still lives there. I mean, our address is still there, and I came there, and that's it. I never moved. I never moved.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today and for teaching us how to make the delicious, beautiful dish that you made. Can you make sure that I want to make sure everybody knows how they can get in touch with you? What's the best way to reach you? You seem to be all over the place. How can people find you?
I think I'm addicted to Instagram, so we are always posting whatever we cook on Instagram, and people DM their orders through there. It became our main tool. Even it's bigger than our website. And so that's the easiest thing to the easiest way to get in touch with us, to see what we do, and to ask any question, and to get an idea of what we're up to. That'll be the best way.
Okay, so Instagram is your favorite social media platform. You're also on Facebook. You also have a website, and then obviously people could just
Yes.
call the number, your regular 914 number. Great. Is there anything else that you want
Yes.
to
Yes.
let the community know or let your future customers know before we sign off for today?
I think there has been a lot of questions, and people always ask, are you guys going to reopen, and are you guys going to make it? And I think until today, I always say I love this industry. I love the restaurant. I love food, and I like to think we are okay at it, and so we are going to be here for a while. Uh, Even if it's just takeout or delivery, we are going to be here cooking for the community, for whoever needs some fish and chips or ceviche or seafood in general. I'll be here.
Terrific. Well, thank you. You do a fabulous job. That's not always all it takes to be able to survive. And I'm so grateful. Ossining is so grateful that you found a way to persevere through this very, very difficult time. Find a way to give more to your community, be even more reminded of why you like having this business in Ossining, and that the community is supporting you, and that you've absolutely returned the favor and done so much for the community. So we wish you the very best of luck. I'm going to go and try and make some shrimp for my kids tonight, although I probably won't do as good a job as you did. So maybe I'll have to just order some takeout.
Well, if they don't come out, I'm here. Just give us a call, and I'll make it for you.
Thank you so, so very much. We really enjoyed meeting with you today. And thank you for being our first story on Virtual Village here. And we're gonna push this out so everyone in the community can learn more about your business and learn how to make that delicious shrimp dish. And maybe I'll even get it written down and we'll share that with folks as well.
Yes,
Thank you.
if anybody needs the recipe, they can DM me, they can email me, and I'll be happy to send it to them. I might take some time to get back, but I will.
Okay. Good to know. Instagram is the way to get in touch with Elmer. Now I know. Okay, great. Take care. Bye-bye. Best of luck. Best of luck on this crazy summer.
Thank you. Bye-bye.